What up, y'all? It's your man ESL Herman Star back again with another video, and I'm here to do the general read for the sign of Scorpio. So if you have Scorpio in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. What's happening, Scorpio? Hopefully y'all are doing well. Hopefully you enjoyed your Valentine's Day yesterday, if you did celebrate yesterday, or if it was just another day for you. Hopefully your day was arrow. Let's say that, and the lover's card showed up in reverse. Ugh, so maybe not. Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. But if you would like a personal read, I did not plan this at all, I swear to God. But if you want a personal read, feel free to shoot me an email. You can find my email in the description box below. Just know that there are scammers in this community, so if there's someone pretending to be me, offering you reads, offering you anything else, it is not me. I would never reach out to you. You reach out to me. And the only service I provide is reads. I don't provide any other type of service. Not at this moment in time. If I did, I would definitely announce it on YouTube, not via some surprise email. So, just that. Anyways, we start off with the Temperance card here. So, I do, this reading is, a bit iffy here, but I think you can tap into this energy here, and then the next card I'll show once I'm done talking about this, of course. But, tap into this ability for you to, I really think you need to balance your emotions. It's looking like you need to have a healthy balance of being emotional, but also being, let's just say, logical or someone about action, really. So logical, tactful, use a balance of that and your emotions. This is very much symbolic of balance, moderation. Not being too emotional, but also not being jaded as well. This is very much like somewhat on par with the readings I've been doing for you in the past, Scorpio, where you've either been too much on, one side of the spectrum, or too much on the other side, and not necessarily having a balance. I'm sure this is something I've said to you before other signs, of course, but we're reading for Scorpio. But I'm sure this is a message that I either hinted at before or may have flat out just said to you before. So if you're new here, then it's a new message to you possibly. But if you're not new here, you may have heard this from me again. And we're going to say it again because the cards are showing up, of course. But, just tempering, like I said, having that ability to be emotionally invested in whatever, your relationships, your life in general, having that emotional investment, but also just being about action is what is needed here. Probably like a late Valentine's Day reading for you. That's what I'm seeing here, all right? Now, the Magician, upright. This is why I say you need to be more so, not more so, but really just a balance of your emotional and be emotionally involved in your relationships, and also being action oriented. It's not just enough to have all these emotions and sure, express that, but if you don't have the actions behind it to show that, those emotions are just words. They're just words. And it just seems as though I'm saying this is you. You're the type of Scorpio that you can say all the sweet, sweet, sweet things and have all these emotions. And I'm not saying that you don't necessarily feel them. I'm not calling you a liar, but you don't necessarily do a good job at expressing that via your actions. You are probably more so let me just say, you're more so of a poet rather than, I guess, an actor. Now that's going to sound weird. Let me explain myself. Poets read words, and of course they feel those words, but when you look at the act of poetry, it's just someone reading those sweet words, right? The actor, I guess, and I'm not saying you're putting on an act, but I'm saying the actor in the sense of the person who's taking those words and they're putting them into action. They're putting them into play. They are doing more than just simply reading said words or even listening to said words. So that's what I mean here. I'm not saying actor in the sense of you're a liar, you're you're faking the funk, you know what I'm saying? Like you're a bad partner. I'm not saying that here. I'm saying be more so action oriented when I use the term or the root word actor, or action. So that's what I'm saying here. All right. Next, you have the Lovers in reverse, as I've said at the beginning. This was your third card. I didn't want to pick it up first, but this is, relationship issues. To be put it bluntly, this is relationship blunders. And as I stated before, I think that you're very much in tune with your emotions, which is great. You're very much in tune with, you're very much an emotional person, Scorpio. But it's not enough. It's not enough just to say the things that you feel. You are with somebody, and I feel as though I'm speaking to a Scorpio who is in a relationship. If you're single, this general read isn't for you. You would like a personal read, again, shoot me an email, find that in the description box below. But as far as things are going here, you're in a relationship with someone that wants more than just words. Their love language isn't, just affirmation, words of affirmation. I feel as though that could be your love language, or you may have been in a relationship with somebody, or just people in general who of your past who that was their love language. So you were pretty much fine with saying the words, or just you got away with, not getting away in a bad way, but you got away with dating individuals who their love language was words of affirmation. And because you're someone who can easily use your words, not in a manipulative way, but you're someone who can easily use your words to express your thoughts, that was enough for your partners at the time. But not this individual. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with the people of your past. This person just happens to be totally different from the ones you've been with in the past, or at least the person you was with in the past. These words are just, they might mean something, but they're not that's not how they are to be loved, is what I'm trying to say here, right? Again, they might be an acts of service type of person. That is their love language. Some other language, some other thing could be their love language, but I highly doubt it's words of affirmation or just words of affirmation. I think and this is just me speaking, I think the whole love language thing, I think people think it has to be one set thing, and when you take those tests, they rank your top 4 or 5 or however many love languages there are for a reason. It's not the fact that number 1 is the only way you should be loved. So words of affirmation is the only way you should be loved if that was your number 1 ranked. No, it's the top way. It seems to be the way, your most preferred way, but it's not the only way you should love somebody or should be loved. So with that being said, if your partner is taking this test and love, words of affirmation might be their number 2. It might even still be their number 1, but they still want their number 2 or 3, Nonetheless, it's you're not dating someone who is easily just satisfied with the words of affirmation. And hence why you need to temper the actions of being that individual who can use your words to express how you feel, but also use your actions. your Valentine's Day possibly was not a good one yesterday because you thought simply just writing a letter or writing a note to, your partner was enough, or reciting a poem or whatever. And sure, writing is action. You can't tell me writing isn't action. I know for a fact it is, but your partner wanted more than just your words. And the writing aspect was the action, but for the most of the work or most of the effort was put in toward the words that you use, because that is your go-to. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but again, when you're dating someone who either their top love language isn't words of affirmation, or they simply want more than words of affirmation, then yeah, you're gonna have to think of some new tricks, as the magician says. Use your creative mind to think of other ways outside of words to express your love for this individual. It's going to be a challenge for you, Scorpio. I don't see it being something that comes easy, but it can be done, if you truly want to put in the effort, of course. Your last card is the Empress in reverse as well. This is, like I said, the Lovers in reverse and the Empress in reverse is why I said at the very beginning that things can be very much iffy here. This is someone who is not just insecure, but, someone who, I'm going to say stubborn. You know what I'm saying? Someone who can be very much stuck in their ways. And what worries me, Scorpio, here is that instead of thinking of, again, a new way of expressing yourself, or having a mixture of using your words but then actions to express yourself within this relationship, you're gonna just fall back on, well, I'm the type of individual where what I do best is use my words. It's worked in the past with other partners. I don't know why it's not working with you, but you're the problem, not me. The thing is, Scorpio, those past relationships are past relationships for a reason. Now, it could be they cheated on you, or it could be you ended things, or it could simply just be you are the type to get too comfortable, too stagnant in your ways, and instead of, again, coming up with new ways to woo your partner, essentially coming up with ways where you can grow as an individual, you would rather stay the same because you're comfortable in the little pocket that you have put yourself in. And now your partners are suffering and your relationships are suffering because of that. Again, I'm not saying it's going to come easy. It's not. But, I'm not saying it is going to come easy, because it's not. But you're not necessarily doing anything beneficial for you or your partners if you're going to consistently be in this mindset. I'm not telling you to change. I'm not telling you to go from someone who is, good with their words, someone who likes to express themselves with their words, to simply not doing that and being someone who's just all about action, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, or what the universe is saying really, is to be a balance of both with this individual that you're with right now, because it just seems like this is the type of individual, if you, again, want to keep this relationship, if you want to keep your partner happy, from what I'm seeing here, they're the type of individual that doesn't just like the sweet words, they like the actions. So they would have loved your little love letter that you wrote for them yesterday, along with a date, along with some other activity that they enjoy, doing with you. Take it however you resonate, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's what it is. Like that, I think that's what it is, and you are just so stuck and hung up on, you're probably having a bad sour Saturday morning after Valentine's Day morning. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. But like, you probably having a bad one today and mad, and you're like, yeah, so-and-so is so ungrateful. I put my heart and soul into this letter. I'm sure you did, Scorpio. I'm sure you did. But you didn't put their heart into it. You put yours. You didn't put their heart into it. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something for somebody, you got to consider their feelings. You don't consider yours for most of the time or whatever. Now, don't just be doing things with the full consideration of somebody else's emotion, of course. But like, don't also do things with only your consideration, because it's like you're not dating yourself. You're not dating yourself. Maybe you would have been happy if you were dating yourself, the female, male version, or even the same-sex version of yourself, and you may have been happy with just getting that letter. But that's not who your partner is, okay? Like I said, they like that stuff. It may be a situation where they like that stuff, but they also like the actions as well. Or it could be that's not what they like, and they like more so of the action, or just all action, rather than don't tell me how much you love me, show me. You know? So that could be the situation here. But again, you do what you want to do at the end of the day. I'm trying to help you out, really, but help out your relationship, you know? So, but at the end of the day, you're going to do what you want to do. I do want to thank you for watching this video, trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. If you would like a personal read regarding this situation or anything else, feel free to shoot me an email. Once again, you can find my email in the description box below. All right. I would never reach out to you. You reach out to me. So if anyone is reaching out to you claiming to be me, it is not me. All right. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, best of luck with this situation here. All right. Peace out.